Look at these two TOEFL speaking responses I just got scored by SpeechRater. Both responses ultimately are saying the same thing. The content is almost the same, but if I put up the transcripts side by side, maybe you'll notice that one is significantly different than the other. Under the topic development construct, look at the discourse coherence scores between 10 and 76. Okay, the key here is these transitions or connectors. In this video, I'll show you the best transition phrases to structure your response clearly and sound more natural. This is especially valuable in the integrated TOEFL speaking tasks. In this video, I will use task 2 as an example. In task 2, remember, you need to do two things. You need to summarize the reading, which is a university announcement or a student proposal, and then explain why in the conversation one of the speakers agrees or disagrees with the reading. Your transitions in your response help you separate these two parts of this integrated task. They also make your summary easier to follow, and they help you move smoothly from one idea to the next. But many students either don't use transitions or use them incorrectly or ineffectively, resulting in a low discourse coherence score that can really make the difference between a high scoring and lower scoring TOEFL speaking response. Let's take a look at two very similar responses, one without transitions and one with transitions. And I'm going to highlight the transition phrases here for you so you understand how you could start incorporating these into your own TOEFL speaking responses. Let's listen first to the response lacking the transition phrases.
The university wants to replace the old auditorium because it is outdated and too small. The male student disagrees. He likes the old building. He thinks it is historic. He says it was one of the first things built on campus. He believes the university should keep it instead of demolishing it. He also does not think expansion is necessary. He has never seen the auditorium completely full. He says there are only a small number of students at plays or concerts. The female student brings up the school growing, but he does not agree. He thinks students do not need a bigger space. He thinks students have other things to do on campus. He believes that students do not care about the auditorium size. He does not think the school should build a new one. He strongly opposes the change.
Now, the higher scoring response with the 76 discourse coherence score, you'll hear immediately the difference and how much smoother and more fluent this sounds with these transition phrases inserted. Listen.
The university wants to replace the old auditorium because it is outdated and too small. However, the male student disagrees. He argues that he likes the old building because it is historic. In fact, he says it was one of the first things built on campus. Therefore, he believes the university should keep it instead of demolishing it. In addition, he does not think expansion is necessary. He points out that he has never seen the auditorium completely full. For instance, he says there are only a small number of students at plays or concerts. Although the female student brings up the school growing, he does not agree. He insists that students do not need a bigger space. Moreover, he says students have other things to do on campus. Ultimately, he believes that students do not care about the auditorium size and strongly opposes the change.
Final takeaway here is to get a high TOEFL speaking score, we don't just summarize, we connect our ideas smoothly with the right transition phrases. Use some of the ones I shared today and your response will instantly sound more structured and more fluent, and you'll see it in the SpeechRater data specifically under the topic development construct with the discourse coherence dimension score. Keep an eye on that. If that score is low, it's likely caused by a lack of these transition phrases. I hope that helps you pay attention to how you can use transition phrases successfully in your own TOEFL speaking responses and monitor the effectiveness of those transition phrases in your discourse coherence score in the SpeechRater data. Happy practicing.